Hi guys, welcome to Artist Perspective. Today our topic is about the fiscal deficit. As we are going towards the budget date, that is 1st of February, uh, I thought to make this video because we are listening many rumors or uh, verified information that the government may go for a farm loan package or a unified income scheme, right? So which will affect in a way affect the fiscal deficit, this budget, right? So first of all, what is fiscal deficit? It is the excess of expenditure over the revenue of the government. Okay, to understand that, we have this pro forma profit and loss account of the government, where we have expenditure and revenue. Revenue, we know, uh, the direct taxes, the indirect taxes, GST, the RBI dividend or other PSU dividends. Expenditure, that is the farm loan waiver, universal income scheme expenditure, and there will be many expenditures. I am just taking this 4 5 items here. So when this expenditure exceeds this revenue, we have this deficit situation, that is called fiscal deficit, right? We have another thing, that is current account deficit. I'm not discussing that in this video. So this is fiscal deficit. Now, since the government has budgeted to expense this amount, but the government does not have revenue, what will it do? It will borrow, right? So how it will borrow? It will issue bonds to the market and raise the money, right? It is a kind of liability for the government, where the bond will be issued to the market, and the money will be received by the government. And what the government has to do? The government has to make the repayment on the maturity date. Okay. Also, the government has this regular interval expenditure, which is called the interest cost on that bond, or also called uh, the rate of that bond is called the interest rate, or the yield, or the coupon rate. Okay, so what we have understood, the government will issue bonds, raise the money, and make the interval expenditure, that is the interest expense, and make the final payment on maturity. Okay, now we already have many government securities and treasury bills, right? Again, we will be issuing government securities in the market. What will happen? The supply of government securities will increase in the economy, right? And we know from the economic study that whenever the supply goes up, the prices of that particular product falls, right? So whenever the supply for any item in economics, whenever the supply increases, the prices falls. Also, in bond terms, or for the bond and interest expense, we have a relationship between the bond prices and their coupon rate. What is that? Whenever the prices of bond falls, the coupon rate will increase, or the yield increases, and vice versa. That is, whenever the prices goes up, the interest rate or coupon rate will go down, right? So we will understand by this graph, we have price over here and interest yield or coupon here. The price is falling from 600 to 100, and the interest is 4 to 8. Interest rate is 4, going up from 4% to 8%. So this is the curve of that, the bond price and interest rate. Okay, so what is the situation? The prices are falling, and the yield is going up. Okay, now coming to the other aspect, who are the purchaser of this bond? The purchaser are the banks in general, and the insurance companies and mutual funds, right? And other institutional investor may also participate. And also from the latest RBI norms, the retail investor can also participate in the government securities. Okay, so uh, generally, but the majority of the government securities are purchased by the bank. Why? Because as per the Banking Regulation Act, we have a statutory liquidity ratio which is at present 19.5%. What that states that the bank has to purchase 19.5 at least 19.5% of its cash reserves in terms of government securities. It's mandatory, okay, to maintain the liquidity. So the bank will purchase these bonds, right? Bank is the prime purchaser of these bonds, okay. And as per the norm, the bank has to hold that bond till maturity of that bond. Okay, there is no selling off between the maturity period. The bank has to hold till maturity, right? Now, leaving this apart, we have uh, an accounting policy, and that is mark to market policy. In this Indias, we have learned this, and that is mark to market policy, and before that also. In primarily in this Indias, we know that what is mark to market policy. What is that? When whenever there is a in short, in nutshell, I can tell you what is mark to market policy. That the company or the bank has to account for notional losses, the market notional losses in its books. What does that mean? I didn't understand. Say the bank has purchased at 600 rupees. The bank has purchased the bond. Now when the price falls to 100 rupees, whether the bank is going to sell it? No, right? But because it is holding for maturity, but still the bank has to account for this 500 loss, 500 loss in its profit and loss account. That is mark to market loss. That is mark to market policy. Okay, this is the profit and loss account of the bank, and in here the bank has to book this 500 loss. Okay, and because of that loss, the margin of the bank will go down, right? See, the we have losses. If we have gain, we could uh, gain the margin, but because of the losses, the margin goes down, and banks are striving to protect this margin because banks are losing profitability. Okay, so there are many banks which are not making any profit. So banks will try to protect this margin. How they will do? They will simply increase their revenue, right? What is the main revenue? That is the interest income on their lending, right? So they will raise the interest rate on lending, which in a way increase the cost of borrowing for the companies. So from fiscal deficit, the farm loan waiver part to this increase in the cost of borrowing. Okay, I'll again explain in point wise. First, what is fiscal deficit? Expenditure exceeds the revenue. Fiscal deficit. How it will be taken? By issuing bonds, right? The government issues the bonds, but we have already many government securities and treasury bills. So when we are again going for a bond raising program, we are raising the supply. What that does, the price will fall, the bond price will fall, and when price fall, what happens? The yield goes up, right? The yield is going up. Now because of price falling, and who are the participants? The bank is the purchaser, main purchaser. Why they are purchasing? Because of statutory liquidity ratio, mandatory statutory liquidity ratio. And they are required to purchase till maturity, hold till maturity. And when the price falls, this kind of situation arises, they have to book mark to market loss. And when mark to market loss is booked, the margin got hit, the margin goes down, and to protect this margin, the revenue will be increased. That is the interest rate, the MCLR will raise for the customers, the banking customers. So this is all about this video, that is how the fiscal deficit affects the cost of borrowing of the company, in a way affects the economy, right? So I hope we all have learned the main important uh, uh, what you can say development of this budget, and uh, I hope I have added value to your time, and keep watching my videos. I'll try to upload on every weekend, and stay updated guys. Thank you, and please leave your comments.